Good afternoon, sir. The topic for my presentation is information processing cycle. In today's digital age, the flow of information is the lifeblood of every organization, driving decision making, problem solving, and innovation. So, understanding how information is processed within computer system is fundamental for individuals seeking to navigate and harness the power of technology effectively. So, this understanding is encapsulated in the concept of information processing cycle. That is a framework which outlines the journey of data from its raw form to meaningful outputs. So, in this presentation, we will be understanding about information processing cycle. So, before directly going into information processing cycle, let us see the basic difference between data and information. So, in the realm of information technology and everyday discourse, the term data and information are often used interchangeably, leading to confusion regarding their distinct meanings and implications, whereas both the concepts are completely different. They are interrelated, but they are not the same. So, data refers to raw, unorganized facts or figures that lack context or meaning on their own. It is typically in the form of numbers, text, or symbols and can be collected, sorted, and processed by computer system. For example, a list of numbers representing sales figures or temperature recorded over time is considered data. So data is basically raw and unprocessed. So, and if we come to information is the result of processing and organizing data in a meaningful context. It is a data that has been interpreted, analyzed, or structured to provide insights, understanding, or knowledge. Information answers questions, it solves problems, or facilitates decision making by adding value to raw data through interpretation and analysis. For example, let us take an example that interpreting the sales figure data to identify trends, comparing temperature data to predict weather patterns, or summarizing survey responses to draw conclusion are all examples of generating information from data. So this is the difference between information and data. Now let us move on to information processing cycle. So information processing cycle, it is the process of changing or converting information into meaningful form. Information is processed, organized, or classified data which is useful for the receiver. Information is the processed data which may be used as is or may be put to use along with data or information. The receiver of information takes actions and decisions based on the information received. Collected data must be processed to get meaning out of it, and this meaning is obtained in the form of information. For the information is considered useful and meaningful only it has some of the characteristics, and some of the characteristics are as follows. It should be timely, it should be accurate, it should have completeness, and it should be comprehensive in nature. So coming to information processing cycle is a sequence of events consisting of 4 steps, that is input, processing, storage, and output. So first process is the input. We can call it steps or the stages in information processing cycle. So at the input stage, data is entered into data processing device for storage and processing. Input can be in the form of text, symbol, audio, video, or images. So it involves entering data into the computer, feeding the collected raw data in the cycle of processing. This is the raw data that is supplied for processing and obtaining information, and input can be done by utilizing various devices such as keyboards, mice, flatbed scanners, barcode readers, joysticks, digital data tablets, and electronic cash registers. Now the second stage is the processing. Now this is the stage at which electronic processing devices such as computers manipulate data and convert them into meaningful information. For example, raw data entered onto a spreadsheet can be cleaned, aggregated, and converted into charts and dashboards consisting of relevant information. The component of the computer that is responsible for data processing is the central processing unit. Okay, so the steps involved in the processing is, in the stage of processing, is performing operations on the data. Once the input is provided, the raw data is processed by a suitable or selected processing method. This is the most crucial step as it allows for the processed data in the form of output, which will be used further. And the processing is usually done by CPU. As I said, in a computer, CPU is a crucial component for getting the operations done. Now the third stage is the stage of storage. This is when the computer temporarily or permanently stores the processed data or information. Saving data in a soft typical form is done. Then this is the outcome, and the raw data provided in the first stage is now processed, and the data is useful and provides information, and data is no longer called data. Okay, now it is converted into information. Storage can be done on an external hard disk, inbuilt hard disks, pen drives, micro SD cards, compact discs, and many other storage devices that we know. Now the last step is the output, or the last stage is the output stage. In this stage, where the results of the information are displayed, the output, it can be in the form of audio, video, text, electric signals, images, etc. So now the results in output stage, results are obtained in the form of information. This is the outcome, and the raw data provided in the first stage is now processed, and the data is useful and provides information, and it is no longer called data. This might be further used for data visualization. And lastly, this can be used as it is, or used for further processing along with more data. Output devices we know are monitor, printer, etc. are the output devices through which we get the output. So these were the 4 steps of information processing cycle, or the 4 stages of information processing cycle. Those were input, processing, storage, and output. Now let us see some of the uses of information. So information is an essential component of our daily lives, as we know, and the need of information is pervasive across various domains, from personal growth to economical development. We need relevant and accurate information in critical to make informed decisions, and in for critical thinking and achieving our